into the J spot, replacing your G spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best nights of your life. Your host Jay and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J spot on intellectualradio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J spot where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, Lady Lotus will be here after the first half of the show. Want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Listen, you all, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. Plenty of hot topics, plenty. Now, listen, you all, some of the stuff we're going to talk about, some of you all are about to get in y'all feelings. Oh, well, anywho, here we go. Listen, guys, the first hot topic. Now, I'm all for punishing kids, you all. I'm all for it. Listen, if they do something, they deserve to get punished. But there's a video that's circulating around where a father, he is punishing his son because his son was misbehaving in school and he was getting bad grades in school. So the father decides to take his game system, I believe it's a PS4, and he takes it outside and he makes the son smash the game. He makes the son, I think the little boy is between 9 and 11 years old, and he makes the boy smash the game. So of course the little boy and the father just like has no sympathy whatsoever. He's like, listen, smash it, smash it. So I guess the son, he wasn't doing a good enough job smashing the game. So the father decides to get involved. He like, listen, I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you do it. Listen, when you do it, put your chest into it. So the father goes and gets this huge brick and he's dropping the brick on the game, just dropping the brick on the game. So if that wasn't good enough, at this point, the little boy is just listen, the little boy is in tears. Listen, you know, he's just putty in your hands. Like he's no more good after he's seeing his father destroy the remainder of the game. So if that wasn't bad enough, the father puts the game behind the car, underneath the wheel of his car, and he commenced to ride over the game, totally crushing the game. Took the little boy OUT out. Little boy was just done. My question is, and all of this is being recorded. My question is, do you all think that the father went too far with destroying the game system and having the son destroy the whole game system, recording the whole incident, and then the father jumping in and finishing it off by throwing a brick on it and then running the game system over? Do you all think that that was an appropriate punishment? Do you all think it was too far? Did you think the father went too far? What are you all thoughts on that? And how are you disciplining your children when they are misbehaving in school and they're not doing what they're supposed to do? Do you think that that was an appropriate punishment? The father, you know, smashing the game system like that. Randy, you're saying, are you serious with that question? Absolutely, I am. So, what do you guys think? Was that too much? Are we as parents doing too much for recording things? Do you feel like that was an embarrassment to the son? Or do you feel like, you know what, listen, he was clowning in school, so you know what? This is what he deserves. What do you all think? Cedric, you're saying no, it wasn't too far. And here's the deal, like I'm in between on it. So was it too far? I like to quote Judge Lantola from divorce court. The father has paid the stupid tax. And what that means is, why are you going to destroy something, first of all, that cost hundreds of dollars that you paid for, that 9 times out of 10, when you get out of your feelings, you're going to go and replace the game system. So why even destroy it in the first place? So that's what it means by paying a stupid tax. You're going to destroy something that you spent your hard-earned money buying, and then 9 times out of 10, you're going to go and buy the same game system all over again once he does something good, and now you're no longer mad at him. You're going to go replace the game. So it was like stupid to tear it up in the first place. He could have took it, put it up, gave it away, something, but to destroy it, I think that was a bit much, unless he just flat out, listen, if he destroyed it and say, you know what, I'm not replacing this, I don't care how good, you get on my good side, I'm never replacing this game, then I guess no harm, no foul. But as far as me, I wouldn't have destroyed, because those game systems are like $500 or $600 or something like that. So that was a pretty expensive game system. So I would have taken it away, but I'm not going to destroy something that I spent hundreds of dollars paying for. But as far as the whole incident being recorded, I think that we are going a little bit too far recording things. Like, what lesson did that teach him? I'm all for doing it. Listen, if this is what you're going to do, knock yourself out. I just didn't think that it needed to be recorded. This was a personal family matter that could have been handled in private. This was not a moment that needed to be recorded, and it would have had the same impact. The little boy was going to cry and be broken up about it, whether you recorded this moment or not. So that's the part where I believe that he went a little bit too far, because there was no reason to. What's the purpose of recording it? Okay, we know that you're the father. You tore it up. I'm all for that action. If that's the way you feel about punishing your son, then that's the way you feel. However, we didn't need the video. We didn't need the recording. We didn't need all of the extra theatrics that the father added in, because it was being recorded. So that all that the extra stuff, you could have kept all that extra ish. But again, if you want to tear up something that you've spent hundreds of dollars on paying for, then knock yourself out. But my thing is this: you took it and you tore it up, so stick to it. Don't let 2 months, 3 months go by, or now it's Christmas time and the little son, he know, like, well, shoot, he tore up that one, but I'm finna get him. I'm finna have him to buy me the PS5. Then you go out there and buy the whole 5. What was the purpose of tearing up the 4 if you ain't gonna do nothing but go and replace the system? So now that you've torn up the game, now you gotta stick with it. No more games for him. That's just how it has to be, because you set the precedent. Because anything else now is you're backtracking. Now your word would not be, it's not going to be solid, because if you go and replace that game, it's just going to be like, what was the purpose of even tearing up the game? That's just like a woman that finds out her dude is cheating, and she go tear his car up and act crazy and all this other stuff, and she take him back. What was the purpose of you clowning in the first place when you took him back in the second place? If you clown and you tear up his ish because you caught him cheating, when you ride out, that's it. There's no going back. Now there's a consequence. That consequence was felt. But if you clown and take him back, it kind of defeats the purpose of going off and clowning. That's why I'm just like, I don't understand when I see these videos of women acting crazy when they found out their man is cheated, but then you take them back. What was the purpose of acting up? I don't understand. What was the purpose of cussing him out and doing all this other stuff, and you still right back up under the chandeliers doing a horizontal mambo with him when you caught him cheating? What was the purpose of, like, you took years off of your life. You raised your blood pressure for the moment by acting crazy and doing all that, only to come around and take him back. Not the next day, but a few minutes later, after he calmed you down, he done said the right thing, whispered all the sweet nothings in your ear. Now you done took him back. What was the purpose of clowning? If you clown, stand on it. I'm not saying if you clown, stand on that ish. Don't go taking them back and all this other crazy stuff. Cedric, you're saying your attention goes where your mind is. He should have had his mind on his work. Randy, you're saying I'm out this just went from a man cheating. Why is it not when a woman is cheating? Because I said what I said, Randy. If you don't like what I asked, You don't have to just look. We just log, and then you won't hear what I'm saying. That's just that simple. It just that simple. That's why. Myra, you're saying attention is a heck of a drug. Absolutely. It truly is. So definitely the father did too much. So again, I'm not opposed to the father chastising and punishing the son, but did we need to see it? Did that moment need to be recorded? Absolutely not. That moment totally did not need to be recorded because again, it was a teacher moment. So like that was a personal family moment, so that did not need to be recorded. But again, if you want to pay the stupid tax, if you decide that you want to tear up something that you spent your hard or earned money buying, then all by all means. But do I think that the father was wrong for tearing it up? No, I don't. I feel like the father was within his rights to punish his son in whatever way he saw fit to punish him. But again, that punishment is going to be defeated if 5 months, 6 months down the line, you come back and you replace the game system because you're no longer mad. Now it defeated the purpose. That whole thing, now there's no game. You can't get them another game. You're gonna have to do something else, but there will be no more games because the moment you get him another game system, it will defeat the purpose of you tearing up this game system. So that's just how it is. So if you give a punishment, stick to it. Just like I said, if a woman catches her man cheating and she tear his ish up and then she take him back, baby girl, it defeated the whole purpose of you tearing up the ish. So let's just not get into tearing all that stuff up. Let's keep our hands to ourselves and keep it moving. Cedric is saying, LOL. Hey, Sheila, how you doing? Cedric is saying, make him earn the new system. Now, see, Cedric, I got a question about that because if he does earn the new system, would it defeat the purpose of the father tearing up the first system? Because he tore the first system up, so then that means that there is no more systems. Because if he goes and replaces it, now the son is going to be in the son's mind that if he do something wrong and if the father destroys this system, then guess what? He'll just get him another system. So the system that he destroyed was a PS4. So now they don't make those anymore, I guess. So it's a new system out the PS5. So now he's going to get an upgraded system. So it kind of would defeat the purpose of tearing up the old game. That's just how I see it. It's like, okay, it defeated the purpose. But again, to each his own, knock yourself out. If you choose to pay the stupid tax, like Judge Lantola always says, you tearing up something that you spent your hard-earned money for, then hey, knock yourself out. But me, I ain't doing that. If I tear it up, it's tore up. That's it. That's it. That's all. Ladies, if you tearing the ish up, you catch them cheating, you cussing them out, you doing the clown and all this and that, leave and stay gone. Don't clown and then come back because you lose your leverage. Now you no longer have any leverage because they know exactly what you're going to do. Fellas the same way. If you catch it, but see, fellas are not really prone to clown on women if they catch them cheating. They're just really typically, that's not in a man's character. Too many times that's not typically in a man's character to go and tear up a woman's stuff if he catches her cheating. That's typically something women do. So just be mindful on that because again, people are suing and going to jail for all this ish. Listen, I'm not tearing nobody's ish up because I'm too cute to go to jail. So I don't got time for it. My knees is bad and I love to drink coffee. So jail is not going to be a place for me. But guys, listen, our next hot topic. Some folks are going to be in their feelings about this one. And that's okay. I already done had a person in their feelings already on a basic question like tearing up a child's game. So, your feelings, we in our feelings. But if you don't know, I'll tell you this. I reside on Petty Island. Okay, so petty is going to be a whole lot of things that's going to come out my mouth. And if you don't like it, just feel free to unfollow, block, delete. We're not going to miss you. I promise you we not. But, so listen, the next hot, and I got a slick mouth sometimes. The next hot topic, listen, the question was posed to the ladies. And fellas, I'm going to switch it around as well. But to start out, ladies, would you date a man that worked at a fast food restaurant? Was not in management. He just worked at a fast food restaurant. Now, my thing is, I don't have a problem with men working in fast food restaurants. I personally don't. But ladies, would you date a man that worked at a fast food restaurant? Guys, if you want to talk to me, 708-223-8953. Again, the number is 708-223-8953. Would you date a man that worked in a fast food restaurant, non-management position? Would you date a man? So I know there were some people, some women that said yes, because a job is a job is a job. Guys, it's gonna be a no for me. It's gonna be a hard no for me, because there will be a conflict. There will be a conflict simply because I have too much stuff going on. So if all you're doing is working in a fast food restaurant, I'm not knocking that. Not knocking that at all. I'm just saying, for me, it will be a no. Because what are you doing? What are you doing with the rest of your time when you get off of work? Like, okay, you get off of work from the fast food restaurant. Do you have any other hustles going on? Like, are you starting a business on the side? Are you, what are you doing to propel yourself upward? What are you doing? Are you stagnant there? Because here's the deal. I cannot stagnant. Listen, that ish rubs off on you. That negative, not going anywhere, not having any hustle, not having any drive. Listen, it's contagious. And I'm not saying that men that work in fast food restaurants don't have hustle and they don't have drive. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, as for me, it will be a hard no unless those other boxes are checked. Because you cannot, I got too much going on to, for a fast food budget, for a fast food restaurant budget. So that's why I know it'll be a no for me. And I know she ain't gone, sugar, I'm digging for what goal? Where's the goal? Like, I'm totally maintaining by myself. But if I'm dating to get married. I'm not dating to waste my time and so we can, he looks so nice. I'm dating with a purpose. And my thing is, if you're not working in your purpose, if you're not walking in your purpose, that's fine. I just can't be a part of that. And I'm not judging you if you're not. You have to do what works for you and rock out how you rock out. I'm just saying, as for me, it will be a hard no. Not gonna be able to do it. Listen, I drink, coffee. Listen, he be looking. Did you really spend $60 for coffee? Yeah, I did. So some people are hollering about going on $40 dates. I'm saying, shoot, I done spent that in 3 days drinking coffee. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, it's a no. And for those that say, yeah, I can definitely do it because at least he's working, I can respect that. I can respect where you are with that. But my thing is this: if you're getting with somebody and you know that they're only making a certain amount of money, don't get to complaining when you get with them and then times get hard and now you're trying to belittle. You need to do something else. You need to make more money. You need to do this. Close that. Because you went into it with, yeah, as long as he got a job is a job is a job. No, it ain't. A job ain't just a job, ain't just a job, ain't just a job. Some jobs pay more than others. And unfortunately, if you are just, making the minimum or whatever, that's not going to work. So please do not deceive yourselves, making it seem like you're going to live off love alone, because I'm going to let you know. I tried it. The mortgage company, they don't care nothing about you being in love. When your taxes is due on your property, they don't care about you being in love. They want their money. So if his position is not feasible for what it is that you're doing and he doesn't have anything else going on, think long and hard about that, because What's love got to do with it? It's like we have to look at the love side of it, yes, but then we have to look at the business side of it. There is a business side to marriages and relationships. And a lot of times we like to get focused. We like, because listen, and I'm guilty of it, have sugar plums dancing all in my eyes and ooh, listen, a sexy man, ooh, baby. Okay, let me tell you, you will get, listen, I will get so far off track and just get caught up in the muscles and them smelling good. But listen, that's the natural side of it. But listen, once all them statements start coming in, and listen, your mortgage and all this other stuff start coming in, reality kicks in. It's just like, okay, well, this ish was fun while it lasted, but yeah, no, it's a no, because at the end of the day, if he's not making enough, he's barely sustaining himself. So what's going to happen when he couples with somebody that has all of these other, things, other responsibilities? He's just, paying his apartment and his car note, and he's barely maintaining off of what he's making. So now he comes along, and now he your guy, and y'all trying to get together. Now he bringing his, and all of yours. And some people, listen, I'm not knocking if that works for you. Not knocking it at all. I'm just saying, be realistic, because when challenges come, and they will, don't go beating him over the head, because you knew what he made, and you knew what his living was. You knew what he did for a living before you decided to get in a relationship with him. So what I'm saying is, if you meet a man that's working at a fast food restaurant, nothing else going on, no hustles, and he's not in management, don't try to beat him down because he's not where you think he should be financially, because you accepted it. You accepted it. You signed up for that. So now that's just a situation where you have to deal with it. And I know some women are for building dudes up. I don't have a good experience with that. So I'm like, I'm not going to touch the build a dude. I'm not going to take on a build a dude project. Me personally, because I've had a bad experience. So I'm not building a dude. If a dude ain't in the process, especially, listen, let me take a sip on this. Especially in the 30 plus age range. If you ain't got a little something, if you ain't got a little couple of crumbs built, I'm not your girl. I'm just going to, I'm not your girl. Listen, I am not, because it's just different. And am I telling men to go out and build the chick? Absolutely not. Know what you want and stand on your ish. I'm not saying that these men are off limits. I'm not saying that at all, because you may have a woman that you guys are at the same level. So now you can build together, but it has to make sense. Now, some people, again, are going to be able to look past all of that surface stuff, and that's fine. I'm not a person that can look past the surface stuff, because I know where I'm going and I know what I want to do. And I know that I can get there on my own. I know I can. So to add on to somebody, you got to be on the same, like we got to be going the same direction, because I believe in going forward, not going backwards. Now, listen, let's say if the dude was a corporate dude, he lost everything during COVID, and now he's at a restaurant. Okay, that's a different type of dude, because listen, circumstances put him there. He lost his investments. He lost it. That's a different type of dude. Mindset. So he knows he's just passing through that situation. Now that may be somebody that you can that I can have a conversation with, because he knows how to build. He knows what to do to get on top. So this is just passing him. He's just passing through. But for the brother the dude that have, this is all he's going to do, that's the one where it's a hard no for me, because this is where he's going to be. And he's comfortable there. And there's nothing wrong with being comfortable there. Nothing wrong whatsoever. You just got to find somebody that's comfortable with being there. But you can't get somebody that's up there over that they achieving, and they doing it and they doing it. And the reason why I say that is because, listen, We want to make it seem like these type of, but listen, you got some men out there that cannot stand for a woman to be hustling and getting it. Stand for a woman to be hustling and getting it, and he's not. Those type of situations can cause strife in the relationships. And then, listen, I'm gonna be on some chicks that's getting it. Listen, they slick at the mouth, the attitude, like it's like you own it because you don't need too much. So it's just like it's hard to fall back. And I'm not saying that's for everybody, but for some, it's hard to fall back because they're like, listen, what are you doing here? You're not offering any, like, and just for men too, like, if you have a partner that's not offering anything, it doesn't necessarily always have to be monetary money, but if you're not offering any advice on how to build, if you don't have any ideas on how to get to the next level, if you don't have any goals and plans for yourself, what are we doing? Fellas, would you date a chick that's busted and ain't doing nothing? She got Section 8 housing and totally content. Done had Section 8 for 20 years and ain't doing nothing. Or she's finessing the system. She does just enough just so that she can keep her qualifications for the Section 8 voucher. Oh, I don't want to lose my Section 8. Even though all my kids are grown, but still I need this Section 8. How long you need Section 8? You don't have Section 8 for 20 years. All your kids are grown. What you still needed Section 8 for? But can you see yourself building with a chick like that that's not going anywhere? There's nothing wrong with the Section 8 program because it's very helpful for the people that need it. But some people take advantage of those situations and they don't capitalize off it. They don't take it as a chance to move forward. It's just about the mindset of people. So be mindful. So yes, ladies, would you date a man that worked at a fast food restaurant that was not in management? Again, for me, it's a hard, absolutely, positively not. Fellas, would I suggest you being with a woman that worked at a fast food restaurant that was in non-management position? Absolutely not. I'm not biased. Listen, it goes both ways. What's good for her is good for him. It's all about the betterment. It's all about finding somebody that you are on one accord with. I said the only exception might be is if they had a couple of side hustles on the side. You know what? Yeah, he's working at a fast food restaurant. But yeah, he just decided to start his own car washing business, his mobile car washing business on the side. So now he working because he got bills to pay, but he still got a hustle on the side. That's a different type of mindset. Wait a minute. So he's working his playing his job to finance his dreams. I'm not mad at that. That's a brother that got something else going on. But for the brother that's just working that job and that's content with, and I'm not saying it's not okay to be content with that. It's okay to be content with that if that's who you are. Nothing wrong with that at all. But for those of us that see a little bit more, that need a little bit more, that got a little more fight in us, that got a little more grind in us, you may not be the right fit for that person. A person that's content and happy where they are may not be a good fit for a grinder and a go-getter because they're going to always be think they doing too much. And then the person that's going to get it, they're going to always think that this person is not doing enough. So you got to make these relationships, they got to make sense. And these are important conversations to have in the beginning. You can't get mad because this person is a go-getter, and you can't get mad because this person is content with what they're doing. Find you somebody that you're going to like, that y'all going to be compatible with, that y'all going to support each other, respect each other, and be able to rock out together. Because if not, you got to keep doing you and they got to keep doing them. And I'm not saying that this person is better than this person because I'm putting it up here. It can be either or. My thing is it has to match and it has to make sense. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Who for the Cedric? You said she literally for the who for the streets? I'm about to say Cedric, I ain't been for the streets in quite some. They was Alex when I was out there. You say that ain't she ain't for the she literally for the streets. You say you gotta have purpose. You absolutely definitely have to have purpose. You gotta have drive. You gotta know where you're going. And you gotta be working towards it. You cannot be sitting up here dreaming. You said I'm just teasing you, Cedric. I know you wasn't talking about me. But you definitely the relationships they definitely gotta make sense because again, if you got one person grinding and working hard and the other person is not, it's just like, especially for some men, it's not an easy thing to, see your lady, she got a house, she got her own house, her own car, this and that. And you sitting over there, you stand in an apartment. I mean, like I said, it's just in my personal opinion and just from personal experience. I had a personal experience where I said, okay, you know what? I wouldn't do that again because dudes do get jealous. So I definitely had a guy that was definitely jealous, and I'm just like, man, I'm thinking we building, I'm building for us, to move forward, but he didn't feel the same way. He wanted me to stop doing what I was doing, so that he can, and it was just, so that's what I'm saying. You have to definitely be mindful of being in a relationship with people because again, he asked me, he's like, well, you should, why don't you sell your house or, just all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm like, what a cuss word would I sell my house, and close my business? He's like, because you're doing so much. Well, why are you doing all that? You got a good job because, I like my job, but I like more money. I need other things that I'm striving to accomplish. And it was just a conversation that I'm just like, I got tired of hearing. And I'm like, I'm not doing this ish no more. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. On intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, Lady Lotus, will be here after the first half. Want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, while you're at it, please do me a favor. Go to our YouTube right now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have some awesome content, some new programs that are going to be coming to the J Spot, but they will only be on YouTube. So definitely go and subscribe. Today, we have the link in the comments. So go to our YouTube channel and subscribe today. You all, tonight's episode is being brought to you by the J Spot Airbnb. You all, this summer has been nothing but amazing with the J Spot Airbnb. Want to thank everybody for supporting. Man, this thing has been on fire this summer. So definitely check it out. We have the link in the comment. Book your stay. Check us out. Share us. Refer us. The J Spot Airbnb. Link will be in the comments. We're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. You all, he has a sale on his summer t-shirt, so definitely check him out. Delaware Inc. Use reference code J, and that's Jaye. Guys, listen. This next hot topic, you all, let me tell y'all, Lord have mercy, we have got to do better. We got to. So listen, fellas, would you be offended? You're getting married and your wife to be refuses to take your last name because it's a weird last name. She feels like your last name is weird, so she doesn't want to take your last name. Will you be offended if she does not take your last name? Fellas, do you want your wife to take your last name, or are you okay with her maintaining her maiden name? Or do you want her to hyphenate it? Or do you flat out, are you one of those dudes that's just like, no, she get married, you marrying me, you taking my name. That's it. End of discussion. Rah, rah, rah. I've said it. I've laid down the law. I'm just gonna look at him like, you laid down the law. He gonna just, I said what I said. I'm just gonna sit there and look like, you finished. So you can J Vance, VANC. See, listen, I'm gonna be the one. We're gonna have to definitely have a conversation right before here so we can figure out this issue because listen, the last name. I struggled with this for a long, long time. Keep my name, take his name, hyphenate. So ideally, I would like to hyphenate. Well, really, I would like to keep my last name. That's first choice. I would like to keep my, but going into, so I would like to hyphenate. But if the Mr. made just a big deal about it, I have to take his leg because I'm not about to sit up here and be going through all of these arguments over the last name. Now, I don't know if how much of everything that I would change it on my name on. I think I'll just try to skate through life with two last names for as long as I possibly can. Just, because you're known. It's like I'm known as a certain thing. So it's like, okay, I'm building my brand around something. So for me, if it is just business, so like I would hope that he would understand, like it's nothing against, our union, or I'm, being, afraid, or I don't want to, take on and become one with them, because that's not the case. So I would definitely, this is something we would definitely have to discuss this and hash this out beforehand, because again, I'm not trying to be sitting up here all of this, because listen, that's when my ADHD kick in. I'll be like, oh Lord, here you go with this. So I'm like, I'm not trying to go to sleep on the situation. I just thought I'd be like, yes, babe. Yes, babe. Whatever you say, babe. And then I'm gonna still go ahead on and do what I'm gonna do. So like, I'm still gonna keep my name. I'm still gonna do so. Let's hash this out before he got that. We got to talk about this before we even get engaged, because he may want to decide, you know what? I'm not dealing with this one right here. I'm done dealing with this one. So, it's certain things that I think you should just have a conversation about beforehand, just so that y'all can see how each other thinks. But if his name was an embarrassing last name, Stanky Foot or something crazy, I'm not even hyphenating. I'll be like, you know what? You can take my last name if you want to, because this some bull right here. I don't even know how you got through grammar school and high school without being teased with this last name. So if you got teased with this ish, what makes you think I'm finna sign on for the Stanky Foot ish? I'm not fixing to do it. So you want to listen. We may just have to change and take on a Muslim last name or something, because I'm not going to take on this dumb ish, your last name, and it's a crazy name. And now I got to be Mrs. Stanky Foot. No, I'm not. No, sir. You, sir, are on your own with that one. Now, I love you dearly. And that's why you have to be, like Cedric said, you have to be equally yoked, because he going to have to understand. He already know I'm not rap right. So when I say what I say to you, I say it in love. I say it from a place of love. If you got a weird last name, you can keep your last name. Don't even talk to me about hyphenated, because it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That's why you're out. And I know somebody's sitting up in the comments right now. That's why you're single. That's why you. No, that's not. That's not why. That's not why I don't. I know like two reasons why, but that ain't why. But again, I'm not, listen, ladies, if you are getting married, definitely, this is definitely a conversation worth having because some people don't have this conversation until later on. Now, y'all first day married, or, 2 weeks, now y'all off the honeymoon, and now he's like, babe, did you change your last name yet? She's like, no, she didn't. What you talking about? I ain't changing my last name. What you mean you ain't changing your last name? Now y'all ain't even fresh off of the honeymoon sex. Y'all still supposed to be ow, 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 baby, baby. Y'all still supposed to be excited in that moment. And now you got to come out of honeymoon bliss to handle this ish because he thought because that's the way it's supposed to be. You get married, you take his name. But you had other plans. Ladies, if you know you have no intention on taking this man's name, please let these fellas know. Don't wait till after you done got married. Now you off to a rocky start. Now you finna have your first argument being married when this is some issue you should have brought up before y'all got married. So if you're not gonna take on the stanky foot last name, then just tell them you ain't taking on the stanky foot last name, and then y'all just see if y'all can hash it out from that point. Hey, Midnight Live, how you doing? Hey, E, yes, the Mrs. Stankyfoot. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna keep my last name. He can keep his name over there, and I'm gonna keep mine over here. But for business purposes, I would like to keep my last name. But if he insists upon me taking his name, then I'm gonna see if I can slide in the hyphenate. I'm like, okay, well, babe, can I just hyphenate then, please? And I'm gonna get real sweet, please, please. Please, 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 please. And I'm gonna keep on asking him. I'm gonna keep on asking him and asking him because I'm gonna wear him down. Because that's so he gonna feel like he made the decision. But I'm gonna wear him down though. I'm gonna really wear him down. So I'm already tell you I'm gonna be able to hyphenate. Because by the time I keep on please and please, I'm still what I said. So I'm gonna wear him down. So I'm gonna be hyphenated. I ain't gonna worry about that. That's gonna be a battle. That I already know the attack mode that I'm gonna take with it. So I'll hyphenate. But in the event he's strong enough to bypass all the shenanigans that I'm gonna bring his way, then I'll have to take his name. But if I can slide through the shenanigans, because listen, I'm gonna be a pouting, whining some. Listen, and you say nagging. Listen, sometimes women we have to nag, but listen, in a loving, whining way. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do what I want. No, 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 no. I'm gonna be so sweet, and I'm just gonna be so just delicate like a flower that I'm just gonna be like helpless. I'm not gonna know what to do. Like if I can't have my name, like I don't know. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should get an exorcist performed on you so that you can let me change my last name. See, I'm gonna pull out all the stops, and y'all may be looking like, why do he need the exorcist? You need the exorcist because he's the one that need to change his mind. So not me, because my mind is already made up. We need the exorcist to be performed on him so his mind can be unmade up, so he can stop hardening his heart on what it is that I've already set my heart and my mind on what I'm fixing to do. So all I'm saying is we gonna need the exorcist to be performed on this brother. So y'all just know when I get the pouting and all this and that, the exorcist will be performed on him, and then I'll keep my last name and I'll be hyphenated. So it'll all work out. And guess what? We'll all be happy. And that's just the way it's gonna be. But ladies, if you know that you're not giving up your last name, don't be sitting up here waiting to the last minute trying to make it seem like you giving up your name, and you know that this is my daddy's name and I'm the last one and all this and that. Listen, whatever those reasons are, you better say now, like the preacher say, speak now or forever hold your peace. Because if you wait until after you married, listen, you have forfeited the whining and the opportunity to, kind of get your case across. So definitely start, gathering up your evidence and start, building your case now and start talking about it now so that when the time comes, you can already been on warm down, and then you'll be able to keep your last name, and then guess what? Everybody's happy. So guys, listen, our next hot topic, because speaking of marriage and last names. There's a post. Listen, I love this brother that's posting because you know what? He's always, when I tell you, I think that this guy, he's a glutton for punishment because he's always posting some stuff that he knows is going to start some ish. And this hot topic is no exception. This man asked, what benefits does a man get from marriage? How does marriage benefit a man? Guys, are there any benefits to marriage for men? Or are the benefits for women? What are y'all thoughts? Now listen, I want some men to call me. 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. Whatever side of the fence you fall on, I want you to tell me and tell me why. Does marriage benefit men? What benefits does marriage have for men if you feel like there's any? Does marriage benefit men? I really want to know because I'm going to tell you. Now, I had a very smart aleck remark that I will make. But first, I want to see what you all have to say. Does marriage benefit men? And if so, what are the benefits or what is a benefit of marriage for men? Ladies, I don't want to hear what y'all got to say because I know we're going to say, yeah, it does. Okay, so we have Cedric. He's saying stability. Hey, Cedric, see, you know what? Yeah, you all right. Listen, they're going to probably throw you out the crew, Cedric. But Cedric is saying stability. So marriage offers stability for men. So is that's the only benefit? Listen, I'm starting to rethink this thing. If the fellas don't think that there's any benefits to being married, oh, jeez. Why? I guess that's why some of them don't be wanting to do it. If they don't feel like it doesn't benefit them. Like, I'm starting to think. So my smart aleck remark was, if you gotta ask what benefit is marriage to a man, then don't get married. You're not ready to walk into the light because you don't see the light. You don't see the light. So I'm not even gonna try to tell you what I think marriage benefits are for men because I'm not a man. But I can tell you from a woman's point of view, from a woman, what it benefits a woman. Like, and I'm going to piggyback on what Cedric said. Stability. But then I'm going to add some more. Confidant, a partner in crime, somebody to build with, a partner, man, a life partner, a confidant, a friend, listen, your ride or your die, your yin to your yang, your better half. What happened to your better half? Listen, if y'all if y'all partnering up with the wrong ones, your fault. You ain't found the right one. That's why you don't feel like there's a benefit. Because you haven't found the right one. You self-centered, so you got somebody that's self-centered. You're selfish, so you got somebody that's selfish. You ain't got no goals and no ambitions, so you attracted to somebody that has no goals and no ambitions. So you found a version of who you are, and that's nothing. So therefore, you don't have anything to look forward to in a partner in marriage because what you bring is what you should be looking for. You should be looking for your kindred spirit, your match, your partner. And if you're not looking forward to the female version of that, then you don't bring those things yourself. So you're not looking forward to it because you don't have it. I'll rest my case. Listen, you guys can go ahead and send your Cash App donations and your Zelles to the J Spot Inc. because now I can collect some money for some more coffee. I've said what I said. You're not looking forward to it and you don't see what it brings because you don't bring it. You don't bring it. So therefore you don't see it because it's not in you. So if all you have is arrogance and attitude and self-centeredness and bad attitude, then that's what you're attracting. And you don't want to be attracted to that. You don't want to be attached to that ish because you know it's nothing. So therefore, there will be no benefit in marriage for you because you don't bring nothing to the table. You don't bring nothing to that marriage table. So therefore, you're going to attract the female version of your nothing, and then you're going to have a nothing, and y'all both going to be nothing together. So therefore, there would be no benefit in getting married because you're nothing and you got nothing. Therefore, you don't have anything. There's nothing to build and there's nothing to look forward to. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Yep, I got it. Yep. Have I been married? No, I called it off. That's a long story. And I told some of y'all why I called it off. But that's the only reason why a man would feel like there's no benefit, in my opinion, to marriage because he's not offering up anything. If you got a strong dude that's a leader, that's a builder, that's a grinder, that knows who he is, that's solid in all things that a man is supposed to be solid in. He's looking for his equal. He's looking for his equal. He's looking for the female version of him. He wants her fly to match his fly. So if you don't feel you're fly, then guess what? There's nothing to match. So therefore, there is no benefit for you in marriage. There's no benefit in dating. For that matter, for you, for those that don't bring anything. And when I say bring anything, I'm not talking about finances. I'm talking about character. I'm talking about morals. I'm talking about integrity. I'm talking about all of loyalty. I'm talking about all the things that money can't buy. You don't bring any of those. So that's why you don't see what having another partner, how that would be a benefit to you because you don't possess it. So if you don't possess it, then therefore you can't see it. Therefore you can't desire it because you can't match it. So therefore you can't receive it. So if you're that brother, you're that dude, then no. Marriage has no benefit for you, neither does dating. Just go get you some random jump offs or go to the sex store, buy you a blow up doll. Therefore, you don't have to worry about raising your vibration. You can stay exactly where you are. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. So you don't want to miss it. Again, raise your vibration, raise your levels. Can we get the next song, please? We got a lot going on over here. But guys, listen, want to thank you so much. Please do me a favor. Hold on tight. We got more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. Yes, you have to raise your vibration because again, if you don't see how having a wife can benefit you, then you don't bring anything. So you feel the same way she feels. She's like, okay, listen, marriage don't benefit us because you don't possess it. That's just me. That's just my opinion. When he asked that question, I'm just like, yeah, no, because it's not in you. It's just like anytime you have a person that is constantly digging for the negative. Listen, you got nagging Nancy and negative Nate. They belong together. So let the negative complaining folks, listen, let them be together. And they almost never match up with each other. It's like you get a nagging Nate, a negative Nate, and he with somebody that's trying to do some things. And then you get a nagging Nancy, and she with a dude that's trying to do some things. So it's just like it doesn't match up. You know what I'm saying? He complaining. She complaining. Listen, can two complainers, can y'all please get together? See, they'll drive each other crazy. But no, the way the universe has it, they throw them up and they throw them on somebody like me. No.
Girl, are you talking about you took that commercial and I tried to break my back to get up here?
What commercial?
You said we going to the radio, the music. I was like, oh shoot, this your time. Get up the stairs, get up the stairs.
Oh, you was already downstairs?
I was just pulling into the parking lot.
Oh. I'm gonna need you to get it together back there. Cause listen, you slipping. I'm gonna
What do you do?
Why
you in trouble today?
I'm gonna throw this thing back. Boy, if all these cameras wasn't on, I'd have been there took this.
5, 4.
You all, if y'all see this thing go clear across the room, don't worry about it. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. Woo! And sitting next to me, you all, we have the lovely, luscious Lady Lotus. She's an esthetician and candle maker. Oh gosh, she has some great candles. I can't wait to use her candles to light it up. And you know, when I go on my honeymoon, to make it all good and special, and just he gonna see my nice silly hue. I'll be like, whoa, baby, listen, I'm gonna get that arch, boom. I'll be like, whoa. Yeah, I know what happened when you arch your back. But listen, hey, Lady Lotus, how you doing this evening?
Hello, Mother Jay.
All right, let the church say amen. Amen, amen,
Ashe.
amen, amen. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm here.
Good. You got your little lip gloss out. She grown today.
Let me tell you, you ain't gonna be getting me up now with these pretty lips. Gotta get a little sparkle in there for you. Just a little bit of sparkle.
Guys, listen, we want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Lady Lotus, tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, follow you on your social media tags.
You can follow me on Facebook and IG at lotuslife.com, and that is DOTCOM, and on Twitter at lotuslife, Lady Lotus Talk. And I will have the candles ready for you guys by the first day of spring. You can start following me on Instagram and Facebook at Keishas, KEISHAS, Candles, KANDLES.
Absolutely, guys. And we'll definitely have her links in our comment section. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on YouTube at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled JAYE for all three. So subscribe, guys, today to our YouTube. We have a lot of great stuff that's coming up that will exclusively be on YouTube. So subscribe today. You don't want to miss it. Thank you so much. Listen, thank you so much to J Spot. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. 30 and Up Doing Us, Tyson Smith, The Real MVPs, 180, Real Talk Chicago, Marshall Commandos, drop whatever, whoever else we got to get some thank yous to, but want to thank you all so much. Do you have any shout outs you want to give, Lady Lotus?
Yes, I got a shout out to the OG Mommies based out of Mississippi and the Black Women's Art exposing and appreciating Black women.
Thank you guys so much, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate your support. Now, listen, guys, our next hot topic. Listen, when I tell you all, I'm going to tell you all, this next hot topic had what little underwear I had on, had my drawers in a bunch. And I didn't have on a full pair because it was hot outside, okay? So I'm going to but you know what? I'm going to tell you, it wasn't no, listen, I told you about the thong with the lace on them. I don't wear those.
I don't like none of them.
You know, I can do the ones without the lace, but let me tell you, I had one pair on with lace, and it was the summertime, and I almost ended up in the ER, baby. Let me see. That's why I love my South Virginia, and I do right by my South Virginia, you all, because I had some traumatic issues to my South Virginia that I have self-inflicted. You know, what? Don't. The first one was with the Nair, you know, that Nair incident. And then the next one was with these thongs. Wait, nobody told, listen, I'm outside thinking I was just cute, baby. Listen, I had on this nice one piece. What was it? The jumper, baby. I was just getting it until about an hour. I'm just like, okay, wait a minute. Ooh, my head started hurting. I'm just like, oh shoot, what the heck? Just walking. I'm like, oh Lord, now this thing just done. It just got stuck. And I'm just like, and then you got the lace. Now it's rubbing up. I said, Lord. So now I'm sitting up here. I'm on a rooftop downtown. I'm trying to be cute. Now I'm sitting like this because I'm trying to, trying to ease it on. But still, it's the lace. It done got stuck. So now it don't want to move. So I'm just like, so now I'm just like, I feel myself getting weak. I'm like, I'm about to be man down in a minute because this doggone lace done got chafe and it just up here just like this. So now I'm just laying back. I'm like, oh, geez. They like, I had somebody, Jay, you all right? Oh, Lord, I'm about to go ahead. They was like, is it too hot for you? You need something to drink? I said, you know what? Watch this. I'll be right back. I limped on to the bathroom. Baby, first of all, it took me about 5 minutes because listen, baby, that thing got lost up in there. But once I found it, I said, you son of a gun. I took that bad boy off and flicked it. Threw it right in the garbage. I went back out there. Listen, when I say I was commando, but baby, I was free. I said, Lord, do you know how embarrassing that would have been to have the paramedics to come up there? Because I'm like, now I need oxygen because I'm like getting lightheaded because it was hot. No, it had nothing to do with the heat.
You missing out on a good paramedic. You could have had the finest paramedic come save you.
Well, I'm not going to be able to focus on them because I wasn't listening. They was going to be putting the oxygen over me because my drawers had red up and I'm just like, you also, that's why I have to get better, but forgive me.
Be more careful.
You have to, but forgive me for the sidebar. But, listen, this hot topic had me there. So, look, there's a video. You all, please be mindful on who you say. I can't believe she got a husband. That's all I'm just going to say. I just can't believe she married. So, the video, the man, the husband, he pays $500 a month for child support.
Okay.
So the baby mama asked for the father to buy a pair of shoes for the son. I think it was his birthday or something. So she wanted to know if the father can buy him a pair of shoes. So the husband was talking it over with his wife. And she says, no, she get $500. She need to buy him some shoes with the $500. And he's like, what you mean? No, that's my child. I'm going to buy my child some shoes. She like, no, you ain't. See, that's why I didn't want to be dealing with all this. That's why F your son, I said, whoa. Whoa. But see, y'all be choosing them.
Because you love her.
And I'm just like, now.
She pretty.
She said, F your son.
She never accepted him in the first place.
At all. This was not the first. So when I thought about that, I said, this wasn't the first time she done expressed some negative energy towards your child. But yet you still stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
You stayed there. So you probably would have had a better relationship with your child had she not been in the picture. So my thing is this. First, what y'all think? How do y'all think he should handle this? Because clearly they're at odds against this. Because the wife feels like the mother is getting $500 for child support. That should be enough to take care of the kid. But the father's like, okay, this is my kid. I don't need nobody telling me how to take care of my child. Okay, I'm on child support, but does that mean that that's all I get to do for my child? Wife like, F your kid. F him.
Right there. We done. Divorce. Court.
Ooh, you all, please be this right here, this is the type. So with that statement being said, I would never have my kid around her again. Never. Ever. Because if you do something to mine, listen, there will be there's no good thing that's gonna come your way after this. But my thing is, when you marrying somebody, that guy like I can't even see that being an issue for me. I just cannot. Like, we're gonna do extra for your kids, especially if it's not, and I don't care, it's my money, or but it's our money. I agreed to marry you.
We doing it. He going on vacations with us. I'm going and buying extra gifts and all of this. Like,
I'm not. Wait, so okay, so Cedric, he's saying minus her saying F your son and his mama. I agree with the wife. Oh, please explain why though, Cedric, because I want to help me to understand, because I don't understand how is this an issue. Yes, she getting $500. Yeah. Is she supposed to be taking care of the son? But does that mean that I'm not going to do any more for my kid? Like,
I think people forget how much, I think some people don't know how much it takes to actually care for one. $500 a month is nice. I will be very appreciative. I get this $500 a month. But how is this $500 a month coming? Is it $100 every week? Is it $250 every 2 weeks? This baby still got school supplies. He need food. He needs snacks. He want video games. That $500 is helpful, but we still might need a little bit more. And if I ask you to buy your kid a pair of shoes, just buy them the shoes.
Well, for me, like, I know for me, when I was getting child support, my son was in a private school. Now I know some of y'all be like, see, that's that bougie-ish, because he could have went to a public.
That's why he right now.
Right. So after tuition was done, I'm just like, okay, he still got to be taken care of. Like, he was, so my son has been in private school since he was in 3rd grade.
Right.
All the way up through high school. So I've been paying, so when he went to college, paying tuition was nothing, because I was already used to paying, I was always paying for tuition or something. Right. So it wasn't, a shock to me when I started paying, for college tuition or whatever. But the child support that I received, it was a couple of dollars left, and then we take care of him. So I'm just like, okay, I never asked him for anything else, but it's just like $500 is really not a lot of money. But again, I can see, like, if it was multiple, like, if the budget was tight, I still can't see myself getting upset because he's trying to take care of his child. What is he saying?
Girl, Cedric said dude getting pimped by his BM. A pair of Jordans cost $250. She is his ex for a reason. Okay, Cedric, I'm gonna take. Okay, now
we ain't buying no Jordans.
Hold on, wait a minute. I got to get in on this. It's not about buying a pair of Jordans
at all.
I done raised 7 boys, so I know how much it costs to buy one pair of shoes. Do you know how much it costs to get a kid ready for school? Boxer shorts, t-shirts, alone, socks, alone. Like, $500, I'm grateful for. I'm getting this child support. I don't care if it's coming through the courts or he's giving it to me. But that's not all it takes. Children want allowances. Children want lunch money. Children want to go out to eat. Didn't you just take your baby to get ice cream? Mine's like Starbucks K-Pops every day.
Wait a minute, do you, girl, that little ice, first of all,
and this stuff ain't, it's not, this ain't the 90s no more. This stuff is expensive.
Girl, that little ice cream was like $8.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm just like, you know what? Now I'm here, going over here with these. She gonna tell me, she asked me when we was in the store, what's my budget? Because the first I had took it to Target, because that's our little store.
Word, her budget.
Right. I'm just like, $10. She was like, how about 15? I said, how about 10? She was like, how about 15? I said, how about nothing? She said, I'll take 10. I was like, I bet you will. So willing and dealing with, I'm like, I'm just not. But they are not. I guess but go ahead and finish. You said with the 7 boys.
I just feel like people hear child support. And it's like, well, because you're getting this piece of money, that's all you're supposed to get. And it doesn't matter if the father has the kids, the woman. This has nothing to do with that. Children are expensive. And if somebody say, is it the boy's birthday? I don't care if it's not his birthday, whatever it is. All she said was get a pair of shoes. Now I can see if she every month, I need more, I need more, I need more, I need more. Okay, let's sit down and let's talk about what's going on with the money. Where's the money going? She could be taking a child support and putting it toward the rent, a light bill, a gas bill. Let me tell you, feeding a little boy is.
Man.
I spend at least $250 in the grocery store just for my daughter and I for a couple of days. Y'all tripping with this child support stuff and we not doing nothing past child support. So when your child turn 18, all you going to say to them is, well, I paid child support. Are you spending time with the kid? What if the baby came and said, Daddy, I want a pair of new shoes? You going to tell him no? What if he went to the stepmama? I want a pair of new shoes. I want you to buy them for me so I can flex and say, my stepmama bought me these shoes.
See, people are not thinking about that. It's just like, we get so wrapped up in our feelings and what we doing. It's just like we're not even thinking about how this ish affects the kids. It's just like they didn't ask to be here. It's like, okay, so you're giving the child support, so that's it. But are you gonna say, okay, well, you're not going to pay for your kid? They want all these, they want extracurricular activities. They want to be in sports. They want to go on field trips. Are you really going to deny your child going because they're getting child support? Like Lady Lotus said, what if some of that child support, some parents have to use that money to cover the rest of the bills and other expenses like that in their household that your child lives in. So sometimes there isn't enough money to get that extra pair of shoes or those extra pair of pants or to go on that trip. Yes. So you mean to say that they can't reach out and ask you to go above and beyond because your child still has expenses outside of the child support? Right. What if they want to go out for a nice little treat, a night? Oh, I can't do it. Your child support, how are you gonna? It's like, come on, y'all. We gotta make it make sense. Like, what are they saying?
I don't want to butcher your name. I'm gonna just go by the second part, Yolanda. She said, regardless, take care of your child or kids if you can, regardless of paying child support or who the child lives with or the relationship between the parents. Exactly.
It's just like we have to, like, the part that got me was when she said F your son. That would have been all she wrote. Like, we wouldn't. I'm just trying to figure out how did they even get to that point. This had to come out before, like, and you still, but see, this is exactly the type of situation where you have a chick that's preventing her husband from being a father because he don't want to lose. And y'all like some clucks. Y'all sticking to these chicks that you know good and doggone well that they don't want you with your kids. But she gonna want you to take care of her kids, and you like a cluck, you gonna fall for it.
Yeah.
You F your son. I told you that already. F your son. Oh, I just kindly turned around and started packing stuff. Where you going? I ain't going nowhere, Wayne. Where you going?
Where you going?
you gonna go somewhere, and I'm gonna go get my son. Oh my God, that just burned me up on so many different levels. I'm not saying you go and buy, if the mama call asking for some Jordans, he ain't getting no Jordans. He's gonna get a nice pair of shoes that's gonna be feasible for him. He's gonna get the stuff that he needs. He's not getting no Jordans right now, especially if you got other kids around. I'm not just gonna go buy no one pair of Jordans for no one. I got 3 kids. Yeah, you the only one that's collecting child support, but I don't play that. I'm gonna treat all mine equally. Yes. All of them gonna get shoes. All of them gonna get this. All of them gonna get that, because that's what I'm doing. I'm a parent. I'm going to stand on mine. Ain't nobody going to tell me what I need to do for my kids. So a lot of y'all need to stop letting these folks that y'all done got me. Ooh, my goodness. I would not even know. Lord have mercy. Have to deal with. Can you imagine how toxic that doggone dynamic is?
It's like saying, I wish you would even say F my mama. You gonna say F my baby, my child, my seed.
I would have, Lord, I just had when I heard her say it, I had an out of body experience. I was just like, oh my God. And he was just so calm. And you mean to tell me, I would have called her all kinds of raggedy.
Who was recording this video?
I have no idea who was recording it.
This was a setup.
I hope it was. Lord, I hope it was a stunt.
This was a stunt.
I sure hope it was, because the way that raggedy chick was just going in, I'm just like, see, here you go. Here y'all go with these low budget, low vibrations. But then y'all be sitting up here hollering, but yeah, they doing this and I can't see my kids.
That's why.
She mad, my baby mama mad because I done moved on. Look at who you with. You with she-devil. Don't nobody, listen, she not mad because you done moved on and you got some, she mad because you're with the she-witch. See, now, y'all be leaving that part out. You be leaving out the part that she done cussed your kids out, or she cussing you out about your kids. You leaving that out because you want to stroke your little ego. Yeah, baby mama, she don't want to let me go. No, she don't care that you gone. Matter of fact, she glad you gone. She was happy when she found out you was with somebody until she found out that your wife was possessed. Then that's when she have a problem. She don't have a problem because you married. She has a problem because you sleeping with the enemy.
And I got to put my child in here with the enemy.
And then if I see now, I'm gonna have to touch. Now, see this whole situation. It just went. Listen, now your wife gotta get an exorcism cast out of her, or get my foot removed out. Either way it go, is she gonna get the exorcism or my foot pulled up out of one? Either way it goes, something gonna have to handle her, because we're not gonna be able to do that mouth.
Because we're not gonna be able to do that mouth. Your son not coming over there no more.
We're not gonna do that mouth. We're not gonna do that mouth. Now we got Erica. She is saying, "Hey Erica, how you doing?" She's saying, "Child support is exactly how it sounds. Support. Everyday life costs. We need to co-parent better and be fair with each other. As women and men, we have to do better with deciding who's going to be on our lives long term." Absolutely.
Yes.
And Cedric is saying, "Where are the pro wings when you need them?" I wish you would bring my baby some
shacks.
If you bring my baby some pro wings, you better have some pro wings on. Don't you bring my baby nothing that you not gonna wear. Now, oh Lord have mercy. No, we are not. And Erica, she's saying, yes, talking. Cedric is saying she tried to put his stuff in a suitcase. Listen, I would have been
I would put my own stuff in a suitcase.
Listen, I'd have been like, you know what? I'm cheaper without. Listen, I'm gonna be better off without you. My stress level gonna go down. Then I'll be able to parent my son the way that I want to. Because again, we gotta look at it like Erica was saying. We have to do better at co-parenting. We have to do better. It's just like it's so much strife. If you cannot deal with a person that has kids, walk away. Don't get involved in it, because it's a lot. It is a lot. Now, me, at this point in my life, I wouldn't deal with a man that got a little kid because now they done started back school, and they gonna be sitting up. I don't know how you, Miss J, how you write the. Wait a minute. Call me one more doggone time. I don't know.
That was me and your little friend today.
How you spell it? My teacher didn't tell me how to do what you say. No, we are not. Wait, matter of fact, you ain't got to say nothing to me, because I'm leaving on my own, because I done been Miss Jade for the last time. See, I love the kids, but I'm not the homework helper, okay? I'm not the shoestring teacher, Tire. I'm not the teacher, the potty trained teacher. I'm not that. I'm not that auntie no more, because I'm thankful that I didn't go to jail for when I was raising my son. Because I'm telling you, it's been plenty of times where I done tore the whole house up, and you would have thought that it was a grown fight that took place in there. No, he kept on asking me what was 1 times 1. That's why I tore the house up, because he kept asking me, my mama, what she say? Well, but how many stick figures you supposed? Forget
They
it.
don't even stick finger no more.
Just throw the whole right, and now because they got that new math. I was teaching them the old math. Now I'm having them to fail the math class. That's why I told the front room up because he kept asking me, but my teacher this. Well, why are you asking me? Ask your doggone teacher. Quit asking me, and you know I'm telling.
I don't know what Fasha gonna do. Her teachers ain't gonna like me because I'm not doing no new math. We is stick figuring
Girl,
it out.
the new math and they adding backwards. I'm like this. Lord, the names that I called the teachers until I went up there one day. Because I say, he got it wrong. You showing. So everything that I was teaching him at home, I was undoing. So it was me. I was confusing him. And then I'm sitting up here choking him up and all kinds, So you all, I'm lucky to not be sitting somewhere on some child support or some child abuse charges simply because of doing homework. And it is that time of year, you all. It is that time of year. School is starting and will be soon starting for most of these kids. So listen,
Monday.
y'all have to keep each other lifted because my job is, I'm done. I barely got away. I barely got away with my freedom. I swear for Lord, I'm just like, Lord, oh my God, thank God for living in a family building because I swear all the times, all the stuff that I done tore up, you would have swore that, like, who is she up in that fight? Nothing. I'm just taking it out on the stuff that I done bought. So I done paid the stupid tax a lot because he kept on asking me and that's not what my teacher's saying. Or you ask me a question and then my teacher said, what the heck? Be like, I get up, I used to be up at the actual teacher. What is you asking? What you asking me for? If your teacher said this, then you ask your punk teacher. You see, let's see how ignorant you can see. So I know.
It's just a story. It's taking you back too far now. Numb your heart and can't go.
So I'm gonna feel sad. So I feel bad for y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all.
Feel bad for me now, cause I ain't ready.
I feel bad for y'all, cause y'all finna have that. Oh Lord, I'm just thankful I'm free.
In preschool, and we just trying to. I'm still trying to get her to stay in between the blue line and the red line.
See,
stay in between the lines.
I ain't finna be able to deal with it. That's all I'm about to say is because y'all I'm just not gonna be able to do it. So I'm just thankful, but like I would probably love her because I'm just not gonna be dealing with all this. You're not gonna cause no division between me and my child. So if you have a person like that, so that's why I say just be mindful of who you are partnering up with because everybody does not have your best interest. I mean, you just gotta be honest. People are jealous. People get jealous of your relationships with co-parenting. Like some people feel like I gotta keep them at odds because if they become friends or if they co-parent, he may go back over there and try to start talking. No, if you got those type of insecurities, you don't need to be in that relationship.
I used to hate that. That was your kid's father. Y'all gonna get back together one day? Not
at all. I wish you well, sir, but
whoever else do it, that's on them, but it won't be me.
Not over here. So it's like you can't be sitting up here causing division because of your insecurities. If you're a person that you know that you struggle in that area with trust and security, then you may want to think twice about getting in a relationship with somebody that has kids that's trying to co-parent. She would have been better off. She would have been hoping that dude was a deadbeat because at least she wouldn't have to deal with him trying to be a father to his kid. But listen, ladies, if you got these men out here that's trying to be fathers to their kids, that they going above and beyond, that they're just being the men that they are, who are you to stand in the way of that? Who are you to stand in the way of the relationship between a father and his child? And if you are that chick, shame on you. Guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have a few more hot topics to get into. And then we are talking about sexual health issues. Listen, y'all gonna stay out that doggone that gas station buying that stuff at that gas station because we're gonna talk about that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all can I pay 212 box and can I get that blue? Yeah, I seen y'all over there. Yeah, you thought I wasn't paying attention, didn't you? You thought I missed it when just because you asked for 2-on-2 boxed, and then can I get two of the Rock'em Sock'em special? Yeah, I saw you. I saw you, and we talking about it next.
I missed it.
2-on-2 box. Yeah, they be up in there buying them little sex
pills.
Yeah, mess around buying them sex enhancement pills and stuff. Do you have that other where's that box at? Okay, cause I need to get that cord. My phone died. But yeah, they be up in there buying them little doggone pills up in there. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start recording. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Like, yeah, Mr. Leroy, you thought I didn't see you, did you? Yeah, you sitting up there going up there trying to Miss Ethel don't need all that. What you buying all that for?
He ain't buying it for Miss Ethel. He buying it for little baby Ethel.
That's what he buying that for little mama. Little mama that's gonna drop it like little mama that was twerking.
What they call them, sugar babies.
Yeah.
He bought that for his sugar baby. He ain't buy that for Miss Ethel. Miss Ethel don't even know what's going on.
He gonna sit up there, then he get one, and now won't go down. And now Miss Ethel got to be the one to take you to the ER. What? Now it won't go down. Now it's just like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know what you did.
Said if you are a person that struggles in that area, meet the other person and get to know them so that way you have a sense of peace in your relationship. I just witnessed this today, Erica said.
Oh, somebody at the gas station? Yes. Man, I'm telling you, we got to definitely have a conversation with them because you know what? It's just, You be up in that gas station too, don't you? I'm not be up in there at the gas station. Can I get 3-1-2 box? Put $5 on them, and then they whisper it. I'm like, sir, you can see. Let me be the cashier.
The pink. It's the group I'm in. The girls was talking about it in the group.
See, I'd be ignorant if I was the cashier.
That them pills don't do nothing while they trying them and they buying them. They don't do nothing.
Because they only using one. They got that's why they be buying multiple. Because he take them, he be like, nah, them weren't getting strong enough. They take it, so they take it before they get there. Then they be like, yeah, this one ain't working. Yeah, okay, just a little bit. I need one more. Yeah, I'll be ignorant as the cashier. I'll be like, excuse me, sir, can you speak up? I didn't hear what you said. You gonna order
Come
this?
Again? What you say?
You said you want 2 blue banger backs out?
Forget it, ma'am. Forget it. I don't want it. Just keep it.
Tina, do we got any more blue bang your backs out in the back?
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day. Can I have my change, please?
I said over the microphone. Hey, Terrence, we got any more blue bang your back? Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, you all, we have the lovely, luscious Lady Lotus, esthetician and candle maker, mommy of a toddler. Girl, yes, Lord have mercy. How you doing tonight?
I'm here.
Yes, listen, I said the same thing until I had this. But
been at home with that gal all week.
How you doing?
I need a break. What Dale Carter say, give me your break.
Has she been asking you all kinds of questions and stuff?
All I know is snacks. Can I have snacks, mommy? Can I watch whatever I want to watch?
Man.
And somehow her inner 80s chick done came out because she's infatuated with tutu skirts.
Oh.
And you know the mask that go around your neck like a scarf and you just pull it over. She takes hers and wraps it around her like a tube top. I don't know who taught her this, who done showed it to her. So now it's all day. Pull it back up, mommy. Pull it back up. Faja, if you don't go over there and sit down and leave me alone, let me work. When you get off of work, can you come sit on the couch with me? Yes, ma'am. Can you let me get there?
Oh, boy. Well, that is good. Listen, my sweetheart, it was her first day of third grade yesterday.
Yay.
So I said, let me go surprise her. So I go pick her up. And so she was like, so the teacher, first day of school now. So the teacher like, well, she just had a little. I said, oh, it's the. I'm like, you ain't even been. I'm like, you ain't even been. So the teacher was like, yeah, she had a little pinching incident with, but she came to me and she's like, you know what? Can you separate us? So that's what my little sugar asked, the teacher. So I said, all right, let me listen to what the teacher say. So as we walk into the car, I told my little sugar, I said, all right, break it down, give me the lowdown, what happened? So she was like, oh my God, she's such a liar. I said, first of all, I was like, first, I said, all right, this is 2022, because I know, had it been 1985, you would have been asleep, because ain't nowhere in the world, we didn't say liar. She telling a story, or she telling a tale. Exactly. So the fact that she told me that this little girl was lying, I was just like, and once she said that, I knew that this was going to be a long trip. I knew it. I said, so she a lie? Yeah, she lied. I said, all right. So, listen, you all, I will be honest. I'm not going to always, the right stuff don't always come out my mouth, because I'm jumping on my baby side. I said, so that wench lying. That wench lying. I said, so this little wench up here lying on you. She was like, yeah. I said, don't say the other word, because your mama may, listen, it'll be over with. She gonna cancel.
TT. I don't need for you to get it together.
I said, so, I said, so that's, you don't say that word, because then they're going to have all of us up there. They're going to have your mom up in the meeting. They're going to have me in the meeting, because I told you, call the little girl the wench. I said, so that's the little nice name I'm going to call her. But you don't call her that. You just stick with she was telling the story. The little.
Gonna say my TT said you a loud wench.
Right, and I'm like, you know what? You're going to get us both in trouble, and then you going to get beat up by your mama, and I'm going to get chewed out by your mama, and we don't want them kind of, but so we talked about that wench like a dog in the car. We talked about it, because I believe, listen, I'm going to hear what the teacher say, but I want to get the lowdown on what's really going on. Right. Turned out the wench was lying. That's all I'm going to say. The little third grade wench was lying on my sugar, and we going to put an end to it. But I'm taking her to the store. I was like, okay, we coming to celebrate third grade and all this other good stuff. So she goes, and I'm like, she's like, oh, I got some little new hoop earrings. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go buy you some more so that you can have, a wide variety to wear for school or whatever. She's like, okay, well, like I say, I already know she only shop at Target, as she done told me. I only shop. So I took her to Target. So she goes, well, this ain't really no Target. This ain't the one like my mama take out me to.
Took that baby to that little itty bitty.
Right. Because that was the one.
I like her. Tell her come go shopping with
I don't shop at Target. So I'm taking her up in there. And so she just running around like, and so I was like, come here. I'm sorry. Come here. So she get, running around, get all antsy. I say, so listen. You want me to rearrange your shirt up in the store, because clearly you have an affair. No, Auntie, come on. It's like, come on, Auntie, why? come on, Auntie. Like, why is you? I was like, I said, what you want? How much am I getting? I said $10. She was like, well, what about 15? I said 10, 15, nothing. Okay, 10. So she goes trying to grab all of this stuff. Make a long story short, so I didn't get her nothing out of Target because nothing fit in her budget. And I always see she always end up swindling me. So she was like, ooh, this Starbucks sure does look good. First of all, you not finna have your mama getting on me because you're not even supposed to even be drinking Starbucks in third grade. Like, she was like,
what is you talking about?
So she gonna tell me, well, I'm expensive, Auntie. My dad is rich. I say, before I know, see, y'all gotta help me, because before she's like, my dad is rich. I say, your Auntie don't own no more. So now what? She was like,
Jamala, you cannot talk to this baby like this.
It slipped. I was like,
now she gonna be at school talking about my TT was.
My auntie said she don't own no more. I was like, well, I don't. So I'm like, I work a legit job.
Medea.
We ain't got to lie to the feds no more. We legit now.
JD over here, y'all.
So she looked up. She was just like, oh my God, ain't she? She was just like, oh God. I said, you know what, listen, come on. So I took her on over to the ice cream place. And she still managed to get coffee out the deal. So she had them to give her some type of coffee ice cream, which I wasn't even paying attention to the ice cream that she was ordering. No. So then she gave her mom, and her mom was like, what kind of ice cream is it? She's like, did you give her some coffee? I said, no, I ain't give her no coffee. I'm thinking I done did good. And so she was like, what kind of ice cream is that you got? So the baby told her what kind of ice cream. I was like, yeah, doggy, you done got the coffee.
Where y'all get ice cream from?
Cold Stone. She messed around again.
Out of all the ice creams at Cold Stone, she got the coffee. Well, she go get her coffee.
So
she learned it from her TT.
I'm just like, come on, man, you gonna get the coffee. Her mom was like, where was I was like, look, all I did was pay for it. I just said what size she was getting, and I let her place her own order. You just weren't paying no attention. I said I did. I saw how much it cost. That's all I was, I didn't think that, but now I know to look out for it. So you guys listen. These little kids, it's gonna be a rough school year for you all, and I'm gonna keep y'all lifted. And I just know that when it's time to do homework, I'm not gonna have no parts of it. But guys, listen, our final hot topic. Now look. This seems to be a new phenomenon, and we've lightly touched upon this before, but I think it's like, as of recently, the last few years, I've heard of this and I never knew what this was until it happened to me. Ghosting. So the question was, why do most men ghost women? Why do men ghost? First of all, have you ever been ghosted, or have you ever ghosted anybody?
I don't do these new slang words, but have I ever stopped talking to somebody that I wasn't interested in and just didn't call them anymore? Yes. What's wrong with that? They just gave it a new fancy name, and it's called ghosting. I left you on red.
Man, I never, no, I think it's a difference.
Is it?
So, the ghosting, you don't see it coming. It's okay to stop talking to somebody. But the ghosting is like, okay, you thinking that y'all kicking it, and then the next day you don't hear from them.
Okay, it says the practice of ending a personal relationship with someone by suddenly and without explanation withdrawing from them.
You gone.
Shoot, I do that to everybody. I'm a Capricorn.
You wait a minute, I never knew what that was until it happened to me. I'm like, because I don't ghost. I've always faded out. We stopped talking. I'm like, you answer, okay, you call, I'm gonna call you back, never call you back. But if they call, then I respond, but it gets to the point where, okay, I'm tired of this being one-sided. Clearly they not interested, or depending on their mental capacity, then you can talk to them and have a conversation and be like, it's not working. But if they not there all the way, if that elevator goes between here and there, some folks you can't break up with. You got to let them think they broke up with you.
Some people you can't ghost either, apparently.
Man, so it's just but ghosting, I was ghosted, and I'm just like, I totally did not see it coming. We had this great time. Then the next day, right there. Okay, next day.
So you went out with this person one time?
No. And that's what the ghost is. It's like you've been out several times,
and they just
disappear. So I don't think it's a ghost.
I think I've been ghosted then.
Right. I don't think it's not ghosting. Like if you go out with somebody and you never call them the next day, that's not ghost. You haven't built a rapport with. But if you've been seeing somebody for a couple of months and then you just disappear with no trace, that's ghosting.
I've been ghosted. Is it? I don't even know if that would be considered. I just call it.
It messed me up.
So at that time, did you know that it was ghosting, or you just realizing that that's what it was?
Right. After a certain amount of time had went past, I'm just like, what in the world? So, and I'm like, I wondered. So I sent a text message and didn't get a response. Now I'm not a consistent. I sent a text message. You got that text message. You chose not to respond. So that was it. I'm like, now one thing I'm not a hard person for you to break up with. If you not team Jay no more, that's okay. I'm okay. What we not gonna do is try to make you team Jay. Right. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna ask. No answer. Cool. You will never see me again. You won't never hear from me. I'm not the type of ex. You don't have to block me. You don't have to unfriend me. You don't have to anything, because once it's been registered here that you're not rocking here, that's it. You're not gonna have to worry. If you see me in public, you won't have to worry about, oh man, I hope she don't, because I'm not saying nothing. I get it, got it, capiche, I'm good. But I think that is really
rude.
It's very immature. If it's not necessary, like I believe, like in certain situations, sometimes, listen, this chick may be one who flew over the cuckoo's nest, so you can't go to her and break up with her. But at least say something. I mean, I just still think ghosting. Like, I mean, just say it's not working. And that's it.
I'm going to call that just being what it is. I'm sorry. That's just being a coward.
Regardless
to what if this person is crazy and you found out they was crazy, 9 times out of 10, this person already know they're crazy.
Right.
But to just date someone and to just automatically disappear and fall off the face of the earth and never say anything, that's being a coward, because now you playing with this person's self-esteem. What did I do wrong?
Yep. Your emotions. And it's like, for the few weeks, it's just like, I'm like, dig, what happened? And you ask yourself all of these questions, and then it's just like, at some point you just like, okay, well, you know what? It is what it is. So it's like, if people like, well, what happened to such and such? I mean, I don't know. Like,
inquiry minds would like to know.
Well, it had to be some sign. You had to get some. I mean, I don't know. And if you've ever been ghosted, like, just accept it for what it is, and definitely just, do your best to move on. But I think that, like Lady Lotus said, that when men ghost, like, I think that that's a cowardly way of just, saying you don't want to be, or trying to keep the door open so, they can come back if they decide that the grass ain't green on the other side.
Through something.
Right. So it's always that whole shindig. But to ghost, like, tell me that it ain't working. I'm good. Or I found somebody, or I don't want to do this. Whatever it is, I'm not trying to make you stay where you don't want to be.
This world would be a better place, relationship-wise, dating, family, if people would just keep it a buck.
And communicate.
And say how you feel. I don't feel you like that. Okay, then my feelings gonna be hurt. I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna lick my little wounds. But at least you were honest with me to say, I'm not digging this, or right now, this is moving too fast for me. Whatever the case may be, just be honest. Like, don't leave somebody sitting there wondering, because everybody don't handle situations the same way, and everybody not strong.
They're not.
Some woman or some man could go jump off a roof right now because you ghosted them.
Yep. And it's like, it's so crazy, because people are just, like you say, some people are just so extra sensitive. Like, they can't handle rejection and being, and that's a cruel thing to do, because it's just like, you go from not wondering if something happened to them, wondering if they okay, to wondering then, what did I do? What happened? Till now, especially if you connected with them on social media, baby, and you see that green dot light up, and you like, I know I text this Bama.
Now crazy comment.
And that's when you have to suppress it and just say, Nam Yodo Reiki, Nam Yo, and then just
it's you.
And just move on.
It ain't me, it's you.
Once you know that they okay, and that's how I was. It's like, okay, he okay. That's cool. I'm good. All right. We good. Back in the day, man. But I'm just like now.
I'm glad I grew up.
Me too, because my whole vibe is I'm just like, listen, if you ain't rocking over here, it's okay. I mean, just like everybody don't have the same taste. Just like everybody don't drink their coffee the way I drink my coffee.
I don't think
it's
nobody
okay.
drink their coffee the way you drink your coffee. That is what he said. A dash of cream, a cup of cream with a dash of coffee.
Yes, that's what it definitely was. And here's the thing: what we talking about tonight is a little dash of sex with some sexual health issues that's going on up and through here.
I like how you rolled that in.
You think you're gonna get you some ooh. Now you're just gonna get a dash of it.
Ow, 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 ow.
Ow. Dealing with these sexual health issues. Now listen, with these sexual health issues, and you got all these doggone sexual disorders. So let's just define really quickly a sexual disorder. So according to an online source, a sexual disorder is a difficulty experienced by an individual or a couple during any stage of normal sexual activity, including physical pleasure, desire, arousal, or orgasm. It occurs when you have a problem that prevents you from wanting or enjoying sexual activity. It can happen anytime. Now, here's the deal. Let me just make some clarifying statements. Now, all of these, every time he can't get it up or he can't perform, it don't always mean that it's a sexual disorder. Because sometimes he just done been out there cheating and creeping for the streets, and he done already broke a couple off. He ain't got no more in him. He ain't got no more to give you. So, because she done took care of it over there.
She done drained him.
So now he come back. Now he's trying to act like, it's something. No, it ain't nothing wrong. It was just working an hour ago. He just ain't had a chance for it to replenish. So now what he do? He come home. Now he finna pick an argument with you because he know good and doggone well he left all his swimmers over there on her face towel. He know he left all of it over there. Listen, you better watch it now because that Roe versus Wade is in effect. So you better watch it while you leaving your swimmers unattended. You better watch it. But it don't always mean that. Now for her, listen, it don't always mean that. Well, listen, she can't listen. She just is dry. And you like wait a minute, you already... It's just been a long... No. Baby, she done messed up all the sheets over there. It ain't no more for you. Listen, it ain't no more. Not tonight, okay? Not tonight. There is no more over, up, and through here, okay? So I just want y'all to know...
I'm done with you.
Everything is not
a problem.
Medically. You got other problems. They've been sneaking around and doing some other ish. But here's how you can identify what really is a problem, because now these things that we mentioned, now they are legitly problems. But here's how you can identify. First, let me just ask you all this. Can the size of a man's Twizzler and the width and the depth of a woman's hoo-ha be considered a sexual disorder? Do you feel like it's something wrong when he just ain't, because it ain't his fault if he ain't been
welling down.
Right. Now, it is kind of her fault if she done been out there in the streets and listen, she done let all these truck-sized dudes run through that thing, and now it ain't the way it's supposed to be.
Jamila, it's a muscle, baby.
But no, all of them muscles. Listen, they've been doing some other stuff that they muscles
wasn't
just
working their muscle.
They muscle did not get back right because
Somebody
they was
that teach them how to kegel.
And they done went in there and they done been in the sex stores and done bought the Hammer 2500, and you know the Hammer 2500 about this wide, like you put all three of them things up in there together. Yeah, you know it's a muscle, but my goodness, how many times are you gonna just and just
look, I'm sorry. You can do all that and all that and all that. Just exercise the muscle. It will go back.
I'm telling you, they didn't, or
I feel sorry for the ones that didn't.
I do, because I'm just like, well, all right there. But so no, I don't think that it's a sexual issue or disorder. What you think? Do you think it's a sexual issue?
I mean, if it's broke, then you just gotta fix it. I mean, it's a muscle. Fix the muscle. I mean, I heard they got some. Well, I guess that go along the lines of what you're saying. The what they call it, vaginal rejuvenation. I wouldn't do it. Don't let nobody laser you in your hoo-ha.
Ooh, can you imagine having your thing stitched up? Listen, you're not touching my thing. If having natural childbirth
barely want to push a baby
was enough, and then you want to go in there and think I'm gonna really let you. We're not gonna do that. But according to an online source, sexual dysfunctions typically fall in these main categories. The first one is the sexual desire disorder. And these are problems that involve a lack or absence of sexual drive, also referred to as low libido. Your libido low, you don't want to do it. You can't get it up. You can't get it up. Listen, you're cold-blooded, okay? Listen, it's still in the race, but it's running at a slower pace. You know how that old car go? It's still good. You know it's gonna turn over. It just ain't gonna turn right over. You gotta put a little elbow grease. You gotta rev that engine up. That's what low libido is. It's gonna get started. It just ain't gonna come on right away. But you keep playing with it, and you gonna get there. But some key factors include increasing age, pregnancy, depression, anxiety, and the use of medications such as selective serotonin uptakers, them inhibitors. Mm-hmm. Now listen, here's the thing. Your relationship problems and the stress in your relationship can cause low libido.
Yes.
If she's suspecting, because women, a lot of times we are emotional with our sex, especially if we in love, and then you switch up, because you know how some of these dudes, they switch up on you. First you was all doting and caring and you calling and texting, and now you don't do none of that, and now you just come in and you ready to get some, and then you think that it don't respond like that because you're not there. Especially if her hoo-ha and her heart is the same organ. You've killed the libido. You've killed it.
Yes.
Because of what you're doing, your actions. So now her heart is not into it. So her body is not going to respond because she's not into it. Oh, well, if hoes can get it up, that's because they was never emotionally involved in the first place. So those are two different scenarios. A woman that loves a man and he's doing everything right in the relationship, y'all on good vibes, and then he turned out to be for the streets, you shut all that down. Yeah. Your actions can cause her libido to drop. Now she's stressed out, worried about where you at, what you doing, all this and that. Of course she not gonna want you to touch her. Her hoo-ha, and even if she do let you touch her hoo-ha ain't gonna respond. And then her hoo-ha knows when you've been somewhere else. See, y'all may not think, listen, and E taught me that. Listen, you go up in there and you trying to, her body don't respond to you because you done been somewhere else. So you got another woman's DNA all on your thing. And so now she's coming back, especially when you've been sleeping with this same woman for quite some time. So now you come back and you try to put that thing, and it's like,
it's an energy thing. You came around me with somebody else's energy on you, and
I don't recognize you. Like, who are you? Where have you been? Like, my body doesn't recognize you because you've been somewhere else. that causes low libido. Y'all can think, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Let me fly on up out of here. But a lot of this, y'all bring this on yourselves. Y'all bring this on yourself because y'all be out there in these streets and you thinking that she don't know just because she didn't physically see you with her eyes, but her body. Especially if you know that y'all used to, that man, when y'all got together, man, it was that thing. If it go from being that thing to, dang, everything okay? Question yourself. The next one is arousal disorder. That's an aversion to a tendency to avoid sexual contact with your partner. Oh, so now you do everything to avoid them because you don't want to do it. Can't do it. Men may find they can only maintain or a partial erection, or they may be unable to obtain one at all. They might not experience pleasure or excitement from sexual activity. And then this is again what we were just saying about the women. Women, their hoo-ha fail to become lubricated. That's the arousal disorders. Now, these are clinical diagnosis and clinical issues, but I'm also giving you the cheating version of what could be going on. So we're talking about self-health, sexual health issues, but some of these sexual health issues can be attributed to them being for them streets. And we want to clarify. We want to clarify the two. Sexual health issues versus them issues being caused because they out there in the streets. That's what it's from. Oh, I like this one. Orgasm disorder. This is when the individual fails to achieve climax, or that climax is often delayed. These disorders may be caused by physical factors, illnesses, or even a result of using certain medications. Or they've bust one too many and they just cannot bust another one. It's just it. I have hit my busting capacity for the day. I have bust 5. And I cannot bust again. Matter of fact, the 5 may be the 5 for the week.
Cedric said, what?
They may listen. He like, listen, I got 5 that I can bust, and I done bust all 5 on Sheila. I ain't got no more for the next 2 or 3 days. Now he got her thinking something wrong with him. No. So before y'all go start feeling bad for him, just watch, okay? Just watch. Trust me. Trust me. Watch. I'm just telling y'all. These disorders, again, are very serious. And if you are of a certain age, again, you have taken certain medications, you know, stress, depression, anxiety, all these things can, yes, all of these things can definitely affect your sexual health. And you can start having issues in those areas. Now, here are some common sexual disorders that men experience. Because see, listen, yeah, you got the issues, but here's how they kind of act themselves out. They got that PE, that premature ejaculation. They just, oop. Listen, it's over before they even started. Okay, they over with. She like, wait, what in the world? That ED, that erectile dysfunction. He's just over there just asleep, just like, hello. No one's home. Little fella. You wanna go?
My mama said I can't come out and play.
You Jill Scott him. And he still ain't nothing still happening. Check it out. You know, he may need to talk to a professional about that. And then for the women, listen, it's just dry. That thing ain't responding. No matter how wait a minute. First of all, if you don't keep your spit to yourself, you ain't no need to it make all the liquid that it's supposed to make when it's when it's done right. Now something is going on. Now listen, if it's an extended period of time and you know you ain't been out for the streets, ain't neither one of y'all been out for the streets, then I definitely say consult with your health professionals, because again, these are definitely serious issues that come because of things that are going on in our lives, medications, stress, anxiety, and age. So these are all very real issues. But again, before you get so concerned and put yourself out there and thinking something really going on, just make sure that it's a medical reason, because some of these, almost all of these sexual health issues that we talked about, they can be attributed to these folks being out there in the streets. And ain't nothing wrong with them. It's just that they humping around and they getting all this extra activity before they get home to you. They forgetting they ain't in their 20s and 30s no more. They forgetting that they need a full 8 hours of rest before they can feel back up again and be ready for round two, because that round two don't come as quick as it used to. You go home, I'll be ready for round two. Then you get home and figure out, oh shoot, I guess I ain't ready for round two. I ain't gonna do that no more. So be very mindful, you all, because again, take these sexual health issues very serious. And if you are experiencing any of these things and you know that you on an up and up, definitely consult with a health professional. But if you know that you out there for these streets, ooh, shame on you. I hope it never come back up, and I hope it never rejuvenate if you out there for these streets. Thank you, guys. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our YouTube channel. Subscribe today, the J Spot Radio, and that's on YouTube. Until next time, you all. Good night. Peace out. Keep it with your partner. Don't be out there giving it all away. Y'all out there sharing and having community hoo-ha.
Spreading the love.
Don't y'all do that now. Be a good neighbor. Good night, guys.